I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope that you're having a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. This is the 274th episode of the Political Spotlight. I thought about not doing a show tonight because of its Labor Day weekend and all, but man, we had such a busy week last week. I probably could have just done a show Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and kept right on rolling. Tomorrow's the actual holiday, but there will be no rest for the wicked tomorrow either. We'll be here tomorrow too. So that's the thing. Yeah, we're still in no haircut zone, no haircut line land. And you know what? Like Friday morning after I woke up, no, was it Thursday morning? I woke up. I had one of the mornings, Wednesday or Thursday, I woke up and had a headache. And I was like ready to cut it. And then the next day I was like ready to go. I like it. It's kind of like that feathered look. I can kind of deal with it. I like it right now. So now we got to the point where I like it. I might like it for a couple more days and then it'll get on my nerves and hopefully I'll get a cut here soon. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Hey, I hope you guys had a good couple of days. We had a couple days off, but let me tell you folks, it didn't mean things weren't going on. Things were going on. The biggest thing that I can tell you, and I am just loving it. Like I'm just sitting here looking at myself. I'm so happy because the StreamYard did some kind of an update and it's went black. I was telling it, StreamYard, once you go black, you never go back. And I'll tell you, I love it because I run every other program of mine in the dark setting. And so I just, this looks so much better. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 274th episode. It's called Sorry We're Closed due to vandalism and incompetence. What an amazing summer Muncie's had. Hey, before we get into everything, if you could do us a favor, we would greatly appreciate it. If you're here via YouTube, please do the YouTube things. Like, subscribe, click the bell. Obviously, if you're here and you've not ever done any of that before, you're a first-time user, you probably are not aware. We are a very interactive show, so please, please, please communicate with us. We'd love to hear what you got to say. We'd like you to comment over there if you're watching live, of course, live on Sunday evening. If you're watching in the future, please comment down in the comment box down here. And above all else, share the show with everyone you know. That helps us out. We would tremendously enjoy that if you would do it. Maybe you don't want to give us a like right now. You might want to wait till the middle of the show or the end of the show. That's fine. Just don't leave without doing it. You might as well do it. Chris, I was in Muncie the other day, but I almost got eaten by... Yeah, right. And it doesn't matter how many times we hear it or talk about it. Doesn't matter how many people come and say it. It's always a thing that's got to be said because the roads in Muncie are just so bad. So bad. What was the other thing I was going to tell you? Something big. Oh. Look what we've got here. This is a brand new. Right here, it goes like this. You know, what's going to happen basically is I will say, how many days until the election? Bing! And we get this general election day, Tuesday, November 5th, 2024 countdown calendar. 65 days until the official election day. The election day here in the county, election day for the state, election day for the federal government. Golly gee whiz, it's going to be amazing. But when I was putting this together and putting this amazing artwork up here, it dawned on me. I don't even have to go crazy anymore. I can just go bing. And we see that it's Sunday, the 1st of September, 2024, which means there are 244 days in this year so far that we have not heard from Muncie City Councilor Dale Basham. 244 days. How gross is that? And there are some of you that have brought to my attention that we have not heard from other elected officials as well. And I do agree. Some of them might even be as egregious, if not more egregious, than Dale Basham. However, I feel like I specifically have a specific point that I need to make here with Mr. Basham. Because like he is going for it. He literally said that he was going to do this. He said he was going to be this way. And so it's kind of like what I'm doing with the Sproles lawsuit. Like I could literally contact my attorney and be like, hey, we need to file a lawsuit against Bob McCoy in Winchester. We need to file a lawsuit against Dan Ridenour. But what I'm doing is I'm going to do the Sproles lawsuit and then allow that decision to then help me pressure them into doing the right thing. Or who knows, I guess it could pressure me into being like, okay, they can not allow me to be part of their whatever, blah, 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 blah. So it is what it is. But that's that. So 244 days there. Okay, folks. So the other thing, before we get too far into this episode, is we've got this week. It's going to be a busy week. Last week, like at the start of the week, Sunday, I had basically the entire week planned out. Unless something kind of crazy happened, I could have moved things around, but I basically had it planned out. I'm pretty much that in that same position this week. I can move things around if we might need to because of breaking news or other things that may or may not happen. But basically, I have this week planned out. That means we have just one more week until the second Rainwater Town Hall. You heard it here, folks. We are knocking on the door to our second Donald Rainwater Town Hall. And the first one is still going well. I'm extremely upset. I've told the Rainwater man himself, as I've told all of you, that my biggest plan was to make a bunch of things into shorts, but YouTube has been screwing with us. I literally, for the very first time, sent out correspondence to the people, the people on the other end of the YouTube. I've never really spoke to them before, and I had a message where it was actually I was trying to send an email, but it gave me the option to open up. It gave me the option to open up a chat box, and so I was able to chat back and forth with them because I said, "Hey, something has happened to my ability to do shorts. I need you guys to fix this for me." And they're like, "Okay, let us do this in 5 minutes. We can do it in 5 minutes." They said, "Send me a copy of a couple videos that wasn't letting me make shorts." I said, "Any of my videos right now, I cannot make shorts on. Old ones that I've already made shorts, I can make them, but anything new, I can't." And they said, "Okay, send me a screenshot that shows me where it doesn't allow you to have the icon or the application." So I sent a screenshot, and they said, "Okay, give us 5 minutes." I was like, "Okay." They came back on and they were like, "Give us 5 more minutes." And I was like, "Okay." And then they said, "We're going to have to pass this on to our technical advisors. We're going to have to email you back within 24 hours. And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. Just get it fixed." So I'm a little disappointed that I've not been able to break the first town hall up into shorts. Hopefully that'll get fixed soon. And second of all, hopefully it'll be fixed before the second one. Yeah. Alva says, "With the additions to the mayor's staff, I'm sure your email has been full with correspondence regarding records requests." Correct. Yeah. Well, we're going to be talking about that tonight, too. I thought you were going to, when I first started reading it, I thought you were going to make a joke about mine being inundated, my information being stolen because of how much I've contacted City Hall. They probably shipped my stuff out too. That's where I thought you were going with that. But both of those things are probably legitimate. So if you're interested in getting information to Donald Rainwater for the questions, you know what to do. We've talked to you about it. Please, you can go to the link already and send it there. You can also set it up and send it in the rainwaterforindiana.com/contact and send a question there. We've got a couple more days, so it's not a big deal. Also, I'll be pushing it more towards the end of the week. We'll be talking about it more towards the end of the week, and then as we go into next weekend, there it is. Submit questions for the Rainwater Town Hall events. We've got one on the 12th, and then the last one is October 17th or something like that. So those will be going on. They'll be kind of exciting and fun, and we'll get to see. I'm going to talk to Don about. I gotta have an idea in mind for the third one, so we'll try to see.
Just a thing too that Rainwater's campaign has posted that they're having to come up with 10% on some kind of survey thing, a poll that one of the TV stations is doing. He has to get 10% of the poll to be part of the debate coming up.
Whoa.
Have you
Wait,
seen
hold on.
that?
I hadn't heard about that. Where's that at? Or is that
Uh,
on his site?
It's on the rainwater Facebook.
Rainwater for Indiana. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
because I know that I was talking to him the other day, and he was saying that he had not heard back. And
So,
right
this was-
here it is.
Yep. So if you get a call and you're in Indiana, tell him you're going to vote for Rainwater because he's got to get 10% to be included in the
Now wait
Fox
a minute.
59 debate.
That is a load of crap. That is a load of crap because they didn't tell him anything about that. Well, I didn't hear anything about that. It was he needed to raise that money. To me, I feel like they are moving the goalpost. So this says the people hosting the Next Star Fox 59 CBS 4 debate on October 2nd have informed my campaign team that they are conducting a poll and I must receive over 10% support in the poll or I will not be invited to the debate. So, at followers, I need your help. If you receive a phone call that appears to be possibly a polling company, please take the call and tell them that you are voting for Donald Rainwater. Also, if I am excluded from this debate, I want to purchase 30 minutes on TV immediately following the debate so I can give a live rebuttal to the debate. This will cost a lot of money, so I will need to raise more money for this. Our goal to raise $25,000 by September 15th to be able to buy 30-minute slot immediately after the debate. So that's what they're looking at doing. Will you help me make sure that I have the opportunity to let voters know my position on the issues discussed during the October 2nd debate? You can donate by credit card, debit, or PayPal at www.rainwaterforindiana.com. You can mail or donation to Rainwater for Indiana at P.O. Box 451, Nineveh, Indiana 46164. Help us get our message out. So, while this was not part of what I planned on talking about tonight, I'm glad Kate brought this to my attention. I just talked to Don the other day, but he didn't mention anything about this. I'm extremely pissed off about this.
Well, he just posted this yesterday.
Yeah.
So
this is gross because
this Fox 59 is the one that said he had to rate us $100,000, right?
Yeah.
Such horse shit.
Yeah, okay. Who's keeping track of the percentage? I call bullshit. Well, yeah, absolutely. Because so here's the deal. Rainwater is slated. They're sliding him. He's slated to be in 3 debates this year. There's supposed to be 3 gubernatorial debates. The Indiana Debate Elections Commission is holding a debate. And of course, they are going to have all 3 candidates on. Then there is going to be a debate for like CBS that he's going to be on. And then there's a debate for, wait a minute. Does this mean that he has to get 10% to be in both debates? Because that said CBS and Fox 59. So I'm wondering, I'm going to have to I'll call him tomorrow and find out about this. Maybe I'll call him on Tuesday. I don't want to bother his Labor Day holiday, but I'm going to find out about this because this is a problem. They are doing anything and everything they are. And you know what? This is crazy. This is what's crazy about this. So here, the powers that be in the media, some even outside of Indiana, are doing anything and everything they can do to screw with the election and to stop Rainwater from being able to be heard. Meanwhile, the Republican Party is doing anything and everything that it can do to completely just push out and shit on their candidate, Braun and Beckwith, and the McCormick candidate. They're like running around hiding from people and not going out and getting the message out and talking to echo chambers. So it's like the only candidate literally trying to be heard by as many people possible has everything in the universe working against him. And Stumblefoot says the left and the right in Indiana will do anything to control we the people. That's true. But what's even weird about that, it's like the right is not doing anything to help them. They're hurting themselves. And it's kind of like, I can't comprehend what they're doing. If we cannot hear from the three candidates that are running for the bloody office, we shouldn't be able to vote for them. Don't vote for them. I cannot believe this. And Rainwater was telling me when I talked to him last week, I said, so what's going on? You know, have you talked to the people about the debate? And he said, we can't get them to contact us back. And I was like, what do you mean? They know that you raised the money, right? And he's like, yeah, we let them know. They refused to contact us back. And I said, okay, listen, I don't want to do anything to hurt you. But I said, you need to let me know at some point in enough time that like it's just Hail Mary balls to the wall, because I want to start inundating those people with phone calls and emails, maybe even going to their office and finding out what is happening. Because if the first step was to raise $100,000 and he did it, and then like he did it and did it easily, he blew past that amount. And now they're like, oh, well, it's get $100,000 and get 10% in your post. You know, like, it reminds me of that. It reminds me of the scene in Alvin York, when Alvin York goes and he buys that piece of he buys that piece of what he buys that piece of bottomland. Yeah, he's got topland that's all rocky, and all the people on the bottomland have really good fertile land. And he's like, isn't it funny that all the people on the bottomland are always looking down on those of us that live in the topland? But he finally does all the work, and he's got that little calendar where he's keeping his money, and he makes that deal to buy the land, and he goes and he tells the guy he's going to do it, and the guy sells the land out from underneath him because he's like, I didn't figure you could get that money. And then that's when he goes drinking and carrying on, and the lightning strikes the gun, and we all know what happens from there. But they're like pushing. And here's the thing, Rainwater is like a good kind of guy, but they're like going to push him to push me into a corner where they're not going to like what they're going to get. I don't understand this. This is nonsense. I'm going to have to find out from him what's going on. This flustered me. Well, folks, I understand how annoying this is. Please, 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 please. And I look, like, who knows? They don't ever call me. I don't ever get numbers like this on my cell phone. I finally was at my grandparents' the other day, and they called someone called my grandparents' house, and I answered the phone, and it was a poll, but it wasn't this poll. I guarantee you, that poll was something being done for Braun. But if you get some kind of a phone call, answer it. Rainwater all the way. Listen to him. You got to go through it. This is so disheartening. Ugh, that's so disheartening. Okay. So, hold on a second. Someone's asking me about. I didn't see anything else. West. I don't think so. I don't think that's county. Okay. Sorry. Someone was asking me a question about an area of land there. Well, cell phones normally don't get it. That's the thing. That's the thing. The old poles only do the landlines. My grandparents have a landline. Cell phones don't get a lot of those. It depends on what kind of pole system they use. That's part of the problem too. Because very few people, they're only getting the size of their audience, the size of their polling area is like small, because they're only getting 80-year-olds, people that still have landlines. Okay. Well, moving on, we have a lot to talk about tonight as it pertains to local happenings. I will talk with Rainwater, and we will get him on. We'll get this figured out. We'll find out what's going on. He'll be on next week. I want to try to get him on another time outside of the last two town halls, just for one of because the town halls are his. I want to get him on with one of our interviews where we can kind of sit down and chat with him and figure out what's going on. So we got a lot to talk about. And some of the information that just some of the information that we have to go over is last week's Board of Works meeting, the most recent community update for Dan Ridenour. We need to talk about info about various record requests that I filed and have been waiting on since April and beyond, and carrying on. We need to talk about the closure of Tuhey Pool just in time for some of the most oppressive and extreme heat of the year. And obviously the most important thing, the end of the summer, the official end of summer. Tuhey closed 2 days before the end of summer. What the hell? And then the preliminary 2025 budget, ladies and gentlemen, has finally made it out of the hands of the controller and the mayor. I have a copy of the budget in my hands, and we are going to go through it. So that's that. The state doesn't say anything about debates. There's a debate commission. They're always fair. They let everybody involved be in the debates. But as far as individual news organizations running a debate, basically they can run the debate how they see fit, allowing who they want and allowing whatever parameters they have. The two debates in question aren't being ran by the state or aren't being ran by the commission. they're being ran by two news organizations, which obviously, have reasons to suck up to various groups and whatnot. And so that's just why they are doing what they're doing. So, okay. Yeah. So, the first up, let me get this. Let me get this pulled up here, and we will take a look. I know it's been a couple days old, but basically it still stands. It's the most recent until Wednesday, so we'll get there. It'll be what it'll be. And for those of you that missed this, I said this at the end of the show with Catherine, and a lot of people were gone by that point. But I think that I still haven't went back and looked all the way, but I think I came really close. If I didn't hit it on the head, I came very, very close to guessing the exact time of the Board of Works meeting from last Wednesday. On Tuesday night, I'm pretty sure that I made a joke about it being like 7 minutes and 38 seconds. Something very similar to that. So I'll have to go back and look, because the meeting on Wednesday, last Wednesday, 28th, was 7 minutes and 38 seconds. And just to start right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, Lindsay Corey Fink says, "Great job, everyone." 36 seconds into the meeting. 36 seconds into the meeting, she says, "Great job, everyone."
Well, by that point, they'd gotten partway through the pledge, hadn't they?
I thought you lost it. I thought you were going to say, well, that gives them enough time to get the claims out of the way, doesn't it? Yeah. Who knows? He's. Let's see. Do you think by 36 seconds they've even started the meeting? Let's see. We're at 17 right now. 19. 24. 25. 31. 33. 34. 35. 30. Oh, 36. The cover's not even off the...
Good morning, everyone.
10 seconds before anything even starts.
And welcome to the August 28th meeting of the Muncie Board of Public Works and Safety. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
He don't even know what the board's called.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, all. Lacey, could we have roll call, please? Or Stephanie, whoever, which one of the two, right?
Ted Baker.
Present.
Power.
Present.
Linda Gregory.
Present.
We've been given the minutes from last week's meeting, the August 21st meeting. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
Yeah, I would
Thank you,
move approval
Pat.
of the August 21st minutes as presented.
Second.
Okay, any comments or questions? Okay, having none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have the Register of Claims. And while Craig is coming to present the claims, I just wanted to make an announcement so that we'll keep making this announcement, but we will not be meeting here on September 11th, which is Wednesday, September 11th at 9:00. Due to conflicting times from our schedules and such, we need to have at least two here. So we've rescheduled that meeting to Friday, September 13th at 3 p.m. And that's been confirmed.
At 3? I thought we
Oh.
said 2.
Oh, is it 2 or 3? 2 o'clock. I'm sorry.
2, yes.
2 o'clock. I'm sorry. I just wrote the wrong one down. So it's 2:00 on Friday, September 13th. This is why we do it, so we all know, right? We'll make that announcement again next week, but
You know what someone needs to do? No, I better not say that.
no meeting September 11th.
You know, if Ted would just wake up in the morning, crush up a Xanax or two, and then rail those bad boys, he might just be a little more calm.
But we will be meeting September 13th at 2 p.m. right here.
What
Same
is
time, same
wrong
place.
with him?
And it looks like now we will also be able to have that on aired through Facebook Live. So, okay.
Oh, well,
Well, good morning, Craig. If you
Morning.
present the claims.
Simple list of claims this week, mostly utilities and healthcare costs. The majority of the higher claims were actually on all the work
He's
that
off script.
is being done to this.
What?
He's off script.
I know I don't like it. I know it's because he's got a funky shirt on. Normally he
Oh.
wears a white shirt or a white and blue shirt or a blue and white shirt, but this is something new.
He's off script.
Yeah.
I
It's,
sent out the claims yesterday, and it was just the usual
it's
stuff.
the usual stuff.
He didn't use the word usual. I don't know what to do.
It's pretty unusual. It's so gross that this is so scripted.
Streets. We had a couple pavings, White River Boulevard, east and westbound, and some equipment payments as far as snowplows and dump trucks. And with that, I'll just open it up. Any questions you might have?
Linda, how about you?
I have none this week.
No,
Hello?
thank you.
I do not. Well done. It seems like every week it's a little bit more self-explanatory, although we still go through them. We
Yeah.
double check and such. So, and Craig, you're always real good about asking if there's any questions ahead of time, so that we can try to meet ahead of time to make sure that there's a question. So we appreciate that a lot.
No.
And again, I will say I want to thank all the department heads and then the people putting the claims on. They do a fantastic
Yeah.
job.
Absolutely.
We meet ahead of time.
Okay, with that, do we have a motion to approve the register of claims as presented?
I move that we approve the claims for $620,275.
And I will second.
Okay, do we have any comments or questions? Okay,
Space
having none,
cat.
all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. Thank you very much, sir. Office of Community Development, I don't know if we have any update on that one. It doesn't look like anybody is here. Okay, we're going to move on, keeping that under unfinished business. Under
And
new,
you guys you guys are calling him Mr. Fun and Mr. Usual or Unusual. I want to know which one of them is going to be Mr. Open Door Violation.
business, we have a memorandum of understanding for the MLK Walk of Fame improvements between the City of Muncie and Flatland Resources and MLK Dream Team.
Good morning.
Good morning.
David Heilman, Flatland Resources. The MLK Dream Team received a grant from the Ziegler Foundation to make improvements to their Walk of Fame, this quarter-mile walking track in Heacon Park to kind of celebrate
What's
and
Belinda doing
commemorates
back there?
civil rights leaders here and businesses here in Muncie. So we've been working with them to come up with some improvements that they could do in this phase, which will include an entrance sign along that access drive and kind of a gathering space near the entryway for that. So we've been working with Carl Malone, the Parks Department, the Parks Board, and obviously the MLK Dream Team to kind of come with a design and a plan that they are all happy with and approve of. So this is essentially paperwork that allows private dollars to be used to make improvements on park or city property.
Yeah, she is scheming.
So that's what we got.
Okay, do we have any comments or questions?
Well, I will comment that I just walked there last week and it's vastly improved since the city cut down all that awful vegetation that was in the center. If you didn't know it was there, you would not know it's there because it looks really good. So I'm encouraged that we're continuing to improve that space.
Yes.
And with that, I will move approval of this memorandum of understanding.
A second.
Okay, any other comments or questions? I too, I'm just very grateful for the work being done. And so thank you. And it looks like it's going to be great. So Okay, well, having no other comments or questions, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. Thank you. We'll sign that. We'll have a copy for you, David. Okay, just after the meeting. We'll just take a minute.
Thank you very much.
We do have a street closure application for Minnetrista Museum and Gardens from the Boulevard Bash, but there's nobody here for that.
It's not until October.
Yeah, it's
we
not
could-
till October,
table
so
that.
we will table that until further notice. But I always like to know a little bit more about the Boulevard Bash. So. Well, with that, that completes our business. Do we have any other comments or questions or other business to be brought before the Board of Works? Matt Wagley, do you have anything to share today? Nothing? Any bits of wisdom or anything? I have no wisdom. Okay, no wisdom. Okay.
Of course.
Could I make a request that maybe Lacey, someone in your office could email them and ask that someone be present at an upcoming meeting?
Thank you.
I'm sure it's just an oversight on their part.
Okay, with that, meeting adjourned. Thank you.
No wisdom, he got something right. All right. Well, that was a banger, man. That was a banger. So let's now check out the good Lord. Let's now check out the community update. And this is 3 minutes, man. I mean, what? 3 minutes. All right. We've got
At least old boy has a shirt on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, do you know who that is? Who do you think it is? What? Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, let's let's see what this guy's got going on here.
Hello, Muncie. This is Dan Ridenour, your mayor. I have today's update for you.
Why does it sound so horrible?
It is August 28th. It is very, very warm out. We want to make sure everybody is taking good care. We have a number of cooling stations across the city that are available. Please utilize those if you're in that situation, or help people to those to utilize that to make sure people are comfortable as best they can. A number of things going on. This is a holiday weekend for many people, Monday being Labor Day. There's a number of things going on. First of all, I just want to mention, I'm going to mention a couple other things. We're continuing to work on some streets. The University to Riverside is closed at Tillotson. That will remain closed. They are doing very well. They've been working 6 days a week to get through the project as quickly as possible. Please bear with them. We had to close the streets because of cars trying to go through the traffic. So that's the reason. So bear with them. Follow the accepted routes, especially trucks. We want the trucks to follow the routes that are listed there as detours, not necessarily through the neighborhoods. Follow those routes. That's well posted. And but we know that AEP is doing a good job, and they've been working 6 days a week to get it done. So that's number one. A couple of other things. The next streets coming up will be MLK. We've got some work to do on that. We're going to be doing Highland and Godman. I think we just finished up some work along Bar Street around the mall as well. So there's a lot going on. I know it's inconvenient, but it's the type of work we have to do to get the infrastructure where it needs to be. So just wanted to make sure people are aware of that. Want to introduce briefly Josh Talby. He is our superintendent.
Dan couldn't remember his name.
Here in Muncie. Has been doing a great job, and I just wanted him to just take a couple minutes and just give some updates on maybe where you are on pets and how you're doing on staffing.
Yeah. So we're doing great on staffing. We're actually finally, in the first times I've been there, fully staffed.
Great.
We are at capacity, which is normal for this time. I do want to remind everybody to keep your pets inside, and if they have to be outside, make sure they have water and shelter. With it being 90 degrees out, it's hot for them as well.
It is. So we appreciate. Josh was here talking with the controller on some things. So I commandeered him, brought him over here and said, hey, just do an update, especially since I had heard that you were fully staffed for the first time since you've been here. So expect things to continue to improve at the animal shelter. A big part of that is Josh and his team. We're really pleased with what they're doing, and just appreciate you stopping by with no notice, but appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely.
That's it for this week. We'll see you next week.
Good Lord. This is like the B team, folks. I don't even know what to do next. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that's what that was. That's nuts. I'll say, well, I'll show everybody this just briefly. You saw that Craig had on a different shirt, right? His white one was getting a little old, and someone said he took a trip to Kohl's and he was shopping, and he had a little accident, and so he just had to take what he take. He had to take what he could get and run out because this is what occurred. This is the local Kohl's here in Muncie, folks. Muncie's finest at your local Kohl's. And for those of you that might not be able to see what's happening here, whoever was in here, be it Craig or whoever, apparently had to use the bathroom before they got out of the dressing room. And so they shit in the corner, and I guess wiped and then covered it up with this purple shirt, and then threw the purple shirt over the shit in the corner, and then walked out of the dressing room. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what's going on inside your Kohl's in Muncie. I just, for the love of God, you know, as soon as I saw that Craig had a different shirt on, he became my first suspect for this. I just don't know. Stumblefoot. Yeah, absolutely. So who knows what's going on there, man. Muncie is a wild, wild, wild place to be these days. Hey, look, besides the doo-doo at Kohl's, we've got some other vandals out there in the wild, apparently running around and making life just completely hectic. Let me show you what we've got going on here. This is a horrible, horrible situation. Horrible for all. Look at this. Just unbelievable. All of the death and destruction. Looks like they got some needle nose pliers here, and some pliers and some change. They opened this drawer. Man, they spun this sign around backwards. I think they cut some wires. They stole, under, I don't know, $500 in money, I guess, or who knows how much would have been there. They threw some straws on the ground. They did some other damage here, cut some wires. Horrible stuff. They threw some snacks on the ground. Someone said that
I don't even think those were snacks. They look like relish packets.
They weren't even snacks. They were relish packets. Well, a source of mine with inside City Hall said that these damn vandals did tens of dollars worth of damage. and that the city did not know how it was going to be able to cope. Tens of dollars worth of damage. Now, listen, in all seriousness, whoever these assholes were that did these punk kids, and it was just punk kids, they thought they were being funny, and they did damage some electronics. They did, for whatever reason, like, this just goes to show you how stupid they were. They didn't steal the iPads. They just damaged the iPads. They didn't steal the iPads. They poured Pepsi on the iPads. They took the tablets and they dumped them down in the pop machines and sprayed pop on them. Yeah, there was a little bit of like petty cash, I think one of my sources said it was under $500. The release on this said that, in all seriousness, they had done about $1,000 damage, which, let's face it, they come to your house and do $1,000 damage. That's pretty bad. $1,000, man. Dan carries that in the sock of the edit fund. That's Dan routinely gives thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars out for the dumbest shit. So instead of doing what they needed to do to ensure that the people of Muncie, the overwhelming good people of Muncie, could have the end of summer kickoff, what they did was they punished everyone. They punished everyone. They said, for the actions of a few, we punish everyone. That only really works like when you're in the Marines or when you're in the Army and someone does something screwed up. And so like the higher ups leave it to the rest of the guys to take care of that bad guy and or whatever. It doesn't work when we don't know who did this. It's not like we can go get some bars of soap and put them in sock and beat the piss out of them in the middle of the night. We don't know where they're at. So don't punish us. I asked these people, I was like, so they damaged what it takes to like run the pool, right? They cut hoses and they damaged the filters. And I was told, no, they didn't do that. No, they didn't do that. Oh, well, they damaged what it takes to keep people safe. Nope, they didn't do that. You notice that we don't have any pictures here showing any kind of damage to anything related to the use of the pool. All of this damage and all of this bullshittery here all is connected to the office. So, like, look, if this isn't good, somebody get your kids under control. This isn't some dope fiend looking for money, because what they would have done is they would have stole the money and they would have left. They would have left everything else alone. It wouldn't have mattered anything else. It wasn't somebody coming in and like everyone says, it's not like they were going to steal the tablets, because you can't pawn them. Everyone would find out. That would easily be traced back to you. You can't do anything with the tablets, basically. So just to damage the tablets, this is easily children being children, thinking that this is funny, and it's not. But the fact that the City of Muncie closed the City of Muncie and the Y closed the pool down. No more pool for the end of for 2024. I just I don't think that that's the right thing to do. I don't like the fact that the Y had anything to do with it. And that's what happens when we give the Y a little bit of managerial position over the pool. They get a little bit of say in kind of what happens. Well, I don't like that. I don't like that. And so I think that Ridenour needs to take that back. We need to take back the city's pool from the Y. They have no business in running that. The Star Press article said vandals have brought the swimming season at Tuhey Pool to an end. Mayor Dan Ridenour's administration announced Thursday the city pool will remain closed this weekend because of multiple break-ins and acts of vandalism in recent weeks. We are disheartened that the action of a few have affected so many, the release said. Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend had been scheduled to be the pool's last summer swimming season, of the summer swimming season, of course. Photos released by City showed an office at the pool located in Tuhey Park across from White River at Muncie City Hall had been ransacked. Muncie police are investigating the break-ins. According to a police report, one of the break-ins in an office at the pool was reported on August 19th and was believed to have taken place between August 12th and the 17th. An officer wrote that the office was ransacked with the contents of the desk drawers thrown onto the floor. 2 computer monitors were broken, as was a computer tablet. Money was taken from the cash drawer. A computer monitor in the concessions area was also broken. That area was also ransacked, according to the police report. I mean, it's really just a minor situation. And the fact that it can be used to shut that down. They were talking about, the horrible oppressive heat and the need for people to take care of themselves and, do what they needed to do to be, cared for in this really hot, oppressive heat. Well, you would think that having the pool opened would be one of those things, and then the opposite thought of that is, well, okay, they said that swimming at Prairie Creek would be free at the beach. Okay, well, did they set up Muncie Mitzbus to take people out there for free? Or did they not think about that? I'd like to know if more people used the reservoir. Did people from the city drive out there? Or did that not happen because they didn't have a way out there? That's what I think. That's what bothers me. So I don't know. I don't know. I think that this is just short-sighted thinking from the mayor and the mayor's administration. I just think it's more of the same. It just goes to Ridenour doesn't care about that. Ridenour wants rid of the pool. Ridenour wants rid of the pool. Remember?
Well, we want that magical rainbow unicorn glitter bridge.
Yes, that bridge to nowhere. Right. Yes, absolutely. So this is just Ridenour is like, hell, I don't know. I want to know, could it have been Ridenour? Could Ridenour have been the one that did this? Obviously, I'm joking. I think. I'm also gonna have to contact the communications director because I'm looking back here in my email, and I don't believe that I received a press release. Yeah, I don't believe I received a press release about the pool shutting down. And I think, let's see here. I think I'm going to have to deal with that. Yeah, no. Nope. The 29th. I would have received it on the 29th. Let's look here. One more place. Just before I start bad-mouthing her. Give me a second here. There's the 28th. Yep, nope. I did not receive. Now, I knew about it, but I didn't actually receive it, and that is not okay. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is that. Now, yeah, I don't care if it's in the Star Press. What I mean is I'm on the list. So, for example, when the City of Muncie sends out press release to Fox 59, to Channel 13, to the Star Press, to media agencies and organizations, I'm on that list. And I have been on that list since 2019 with no issue. Now, when Ridenour first took over, Nancy Larson wanted to remove me from the list, and Dan made her keep me on there. Then when not Nancy Larson, Jace Crehan was the communications director. And then when like the second and third people came in, they didn't have any problem. Then when Tony Sandelbin came in, he removed me from that list and he put me in like a second tier list. So there would be like some that I would get and some that I would not get. And we had to do this great big go around, and we finally got that taken care of. And then, I mean, obviously I'm friends with Amber, so it's like, hey, don't screw with me here, but I don't know. I'll find out. And she might not have sent it to me because she told me about it, but I still like, that don't work. Tell me about it if you want to tell me, but you also have to send it to me because I need a copy of it to hold on to it in case I need to reference it later. So I'll have to address that Tuesday. I got to mark all this crap down to address on Tuesday. I hate that they're not going to be in tomorrow. They just need to get back to work tomorrow. Okay. Moving on we have more seriousness to deal with in a record that an email that I did get, an email that I did receive, and it's a very important email. I actually have to go back here and find out where the heck it is. Oh, right here we go. Right here's the full attachment. In the let's see if I can do this. In the email on last Wednesday or Thursday, I received this. This is Muncie City Ordinance 23-24, and this is the civil city budget for 2025. Does city post info other than Facebook? Well, they put out official press releases that they send out to like news organizations. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because generally the press release they put out is sent out anywhere between a day or a couple of hours before the Facebook post is. So, that's that. Okay. Here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big news. Here is some big news. This is the preliminary budget. This is the budget that the city council will now have the rest of this month and basically all of next month to prepare. And we can see here that it was put forward by the council. The counselor that signed the ordinance was Dale Basham. Okay, so Craig Wright signed it. Attorney Mark Irvin for the city signed it. And then Dale Basham. That's interesting to me. So here, ladies and gentlemen, is the notice to taxpayers. Notice is hereby given to taxpayers, Muncie Civil City, Delaware County, Indiana, that proper officers of the Muncie Civil City will conduct a public hearing on the year 2025 budget. Following the meeting, any 10 or more taxpayers may object to a budget tax rate or a tax levy by filing an objection or petition with the proper office of the Muncie Civil City, not more than 7 days after the hearing. The objection petition must identify the provisions of the budget, tax rate, and tax levy to which taxpayers object. If a petition is filed, the Muncie Civil City shall adopt with the budget and finding concerning the objections in the petition and testimony presented. Following the aforementioned hearing, the proper officers of the Muncie Civil City will meet and to adopt the following budget. Public hearing will be the date of the Muncie City Council meeting, which will be not obviously tomorrow because tomorrow is a holiday, but it will be a week from tomorrow on Monday, September 9th, 2024. It says the public hearing time will start at 6:30. That would be, I guess it has to start at 6:30. It then says that the adoption meeting is Monday, October 7th, but I don't know how they can say that because there has to be a series of other meetings in between, and they might not adopt it until the 31st of October. It has to be adopted before November 1st, but it may or may not be adopted on Monday, October 7th. Who knows? It says the estimated civil max levy is 47,404,529. The property tax cap credit estimate is 23,700,000 right there. Okay, across the board. Let's see here. Now, what they've done here, I've noticed, is they have put this out there. Basically, they've put this budget out there the way that they would always put it forward for Jeff Robinson. And Jeff would always say, no, I don't want this like this. I want you to put it out there with this, what you're pushing versus last year and a couple years worth. And so basically we have to go through, instead of being able to look at one document and tell how much it's raised from last year, we have to go from this document back to last year's, back and forth. And so that's the thing that they would always do. Now, I don't think Nora will let this stand. What Nora will probably do is Nora will just request a copy of it to be done her way. The difference is Jeff always used to force them to do it properly. I hope and pray that Nora or Jerry or one of the 9 council members reaches down and sacks up and does what they need to do. I hope that they do it the way that Jeff would do it, because that's the easiest way for citizens to be able to look and compare. Because right now, what we've got to do is, in order for us to be able to look and see, I would need to pull up last year's copy of the budget, 2024, or this year's rather, 2024 city budget. And I would need to compare and contrast it with what they're putting forward in this budget. So I have not looked through this fully. Basically,
So
what
is that the project for tomorrow, going through and comparing 2024 to 2025?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
good.
that's what. Yeah.
That'll
I want to.
be fun.
Yeah, I want, because I've got 20. Well, I've basically, on my computer, I have 23 24s, and then I have this one. So what I'm wanting to do is compare this to that, and just kind of look and see the big areas where, you know, they're trying something funky. A couple of points of interest, like, for example, let's go here and look. Okay, the deputy mayor. All right, the mayor and the deputy mayor. Like, for example, they're putting him up at 89,142. That's what Ridenour will be making this year. The deputy mayor is making 71,703. Okay. Let's take a look at how that compares to last year. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, so take a look at this. Present. Let me see the best way to do this. Okay. Well, I'll just read it to you, and we'll show you later. But I will just read it to you right now. So, for example, this year Dan Ridenour's getting paid $82,539. Hey Kate, can you do me a favor? Can you see the budget on the screen or not see it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. If I sent this to you, could you pull it up to where you could control it? And then that way I could be off screen looking through the other and you could go through it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
And like I could read the other one and you could read this one.
okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I'll figure it out. Send
Okay.
it to me. We'll wing it.
All right, I'm gonna send it to you here. Let me see here. I just want to do this on a couple, and then we'll look at it. We'll look at it later. I just want to look at a couple here briefly. Kate,
Go ahead and dox me. It's fine.
did I do it? Oh shit!
Kinds.
What the hell? Okay. Here we go. All right. I sent that to you.
Okay.
Okay. And then that way, okay, so I pulled that thing off. Now, when you open it up, just share that one on the screen. That's what I'm getting ready to look, Alva, is what that's the main thing I wanted to see. I'm getting ready to look to see what they did to any of the AFSCME employees.
You emailed it to me?
Yeah.
Oh, and there it appears.
Ding.
Download that bugger. Save and open. Now, can I make this damn thing bigger? What page are we on, dear?
Okay, so basically just when you open it up, the first thing is the control, like you'll scroll down to where the controller, and then just you'll scroll down until the mayor is the first one. So it should be like page 3 or 4.
Well, I'm on page 8, so.
Where the mayor is?
I got rainy day fund, general fund. So I'm looking for the mayor's salary is what I'm looking for.
Yeah. It
Controller,
is on.
controller, clerk,
So it's
mayor.
on page 10, but it's page 3 in the budget.
Okay, I gotcha.
Okay, now can you share your thing to the screen?
Yep. And I've got it big enough so hopefully everyone can see it.
Okay.
So I'm going to be off screen.
Oops. Okay. So you'll be off screen. Yeah. So you're going to go off screen and
stay
look.
here, but I'll be off screen. So when comments don't get posted, that's why.
Yeah. Everyone, we're both going to be off screen. So yeah, just comment to yourselves, talk amongst yourselves, and we will be back. So yeah, right there you can see where so the budget that you guys are currently looking at is the proposed budget for this year. So the mayor this year is proposing a salary of $89,142, where that's for 2025. This year he's getting paid $82,539. But hey, he won an election and he's going to be around for another 4 years. So, like, what's it matter? The deputy mayor. Oh yeah, the deputy mayor's going up. The deputy mayor. Well, not too much. The deputy mayor for 24. The deputy mayor is 69.6. What is he on your side?
71.7.
Okay, wow, he's kind of screwing him over a little bit. He's not getting nearly the bump that that's crazy. Okay, let me go down here and see the next.
Well, we all know that Dan does all the work anyway.
Yeah, right. Okay, this will be a good one. Personnel director. I've got it on page 6 on the bottom of the screen.
Personnel director.
Keep going on down.
Is this in?
No, it's in personnel. Okay, you're getting close to it.
There it is.
There it is. I got 59.5.
63,083.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that lady is not worth that at all.
$2. I bid $2.
Yeah, right. Okay.
$2 for our favorite.
Yeah, PR Patty.
PR Patty.
Okay, scroll down past personnel to city court judge. Should be the very next thing.
Okay.
I've got 149.9.
157.4.
Wow. That's a bit much. Okay. Let's see here. Go down. Okay, this we're getting into. All right. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Okay, police chief. Go down. Yeah,
Fire.
there. Yeah, it'll be past fire.
Fire. Police.
Yeah.
Department.
Tell me what you've got.
Okay, so I've got police chief.
Yeah.
$271,000. Holy fucking hell.
271,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on my side, it's 268. That's insane.
That's a 1% raise.
I didn't know that they were making that much. Ooh, okay.
Ah! They paid $405,000 in overtime. Is what they've got on here budgeted.
Let me see overtime. Okay. Wow. Okay. So they've got that much over, but that's for next year. For this one, they had 385 budgeted. Okay, let me. Oh, this will be interesting. Animal control superintendent. Mine is 53.5.
56.7.
Okay.
Then it's got animal shelter control. What the hell is that?
Where are you seeing that? What is it?
So on this one, right under the superintendent,
Yeah.
it says animal shelter control.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I got to find out exactly what that is. On mine, it's 96.9.
This one's 102.8.
Wow. Hey, while we're dealing with this, hold on and let's go down to animal control and look for food. Food and litter. What are you seeing for food and litter? It should be in the supplies there.
25,000.
All right, here it's 15,000. So, I mean, that's nowhere near enough.
No.
That's nuts. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Channel 60 director.
46.2.
Okay, I've got 42.8. Channel 60 director is the communications director. Now, keep in mind that besides that, there's like 2.5 people that do this job, because when under the Tyler administration, there was one person that did this job, and it was Roger Overby, and they made he made like $38,000 a year.
Mhm.
And benefits. And now they've got a person who's the communications director who makes this much. Then they've got Endpoint Creative, which is a contract employee that gets paid another $25,000 a year. You know, it's insane. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, Parks, are you go down to the park? It should be on like little page 26. No, it's on down. You'll scroll for a minute.
This is the end. I'm at the end.
Really?
Uh-huh. So they might not be in the same order. So
Page 15.
Building department. I tell everybody, holler if you see the parks department, but
No one can see it anyways. They didn't include it on here.
Board of Public Works, City Council, Police Merit, Mayor, Clerk, Controller. I don't see it.
Yeah, it's not. Man, and you know, this is the part. So, okay, you can click that off. We can go through this tomorrow. I'll send you both of them. I'll look through them tomorrow, and we can both look through them just whenever. But all right, folks, we're back on the screen. Just stay. Okay, yeah, you can do what you got to do there. So listen to this for a second. This is what's crazy. I want to make sure everyone's aware of this. I want to make sure everyone is aware. It's when I tell you guys that the county, for those of you that like to know what's going on at the county council, and for those of you that like to hear what's going on when we have the county officials coming up and the clerk, the court administrator lady that always comes up and wants, $30,000 so they can move a light switch, and $20,000 so they can put a TV on the wall, and she wants a $70,000 raise. And right now we get to hear all of that stuff because Ryan is on there and Ryan questions everything. And because some people didn't like his personal belief on things, they voted him out. And now in January, we are not going to have questions answered, and we're not going to have information about what's going on. And it's going to be really hard to get information. I'm talking about that exact same thing happening right now. So let me explain to you what I mean. Used to, when the City of Muncie would be time for their budget, and I would start asking Ridenour for the budget in July, because that's when he said he was going to have it done, and he would ignore me and he wouldn't give it to me. And finally, after weeks and weeks and finally tracking him down, he would say, "Oh, we don't have it yet." And then I would ask him at the end of July, and he would say, we don't have it. And then I would ask him in August, and they would say, we don't have it. And then finally, when he would get it ready and it would come out in September, and he would prepare it for me, and the controller would prepare it for me, he would prepare it just like what Kate had, just like what I gave Kate. It would have the bare minimum on it. It would have some, and it would have stuff that would make us go, what? But it wasn't the full budget. It wasn't every single line item. And that was the same thing that they would prepare for the council. And I would be talking to Troy Ingram, and I would be talking to Jeff Robinson, and I would say, listen, guys, I don't care what a kind of a pain in the ass that you are, you have to get the full budget. The people need to be able to know it. And then he would ask for it, and he would get it for the council. And inevitably, various people on the council would send it to me. Obviously, those two guys would. So would everybody else. I would always get it from 7 or 8 people, sometimes all 9, would send it to me. And then the only place in Delaware County where someone goes through the entire budget was right here on my show, and we would go through it line by line by line by line. And so, yeah, not everybody in Muncie would hear that or see it because not everybody watches me. But if someone wanted to see what the budget was, if someone wanted a place, even if they'd never watched me, and someone talked about it 6 months later, someone could say, oh, yeah, go watch Kristopher Bilbrey show, The Political Spotlight, The Bastards of Politics, Perception is Reality. He did it on that show, and people could go back and see it. Well, now that Troy Ingram's not on the council, and now that Jeff Robinson's not on the council, and now that we've got these people on the council, it's back to this bullshit. Now, I can stomp my feet and demand and fight and push, and maybe they'll give it to me, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll give it to me after they pass it. Well, after they pass it, it doesn't matter. After they pass it, they can give us everything they want. It doesn't matter. I want to know what every line item is before it's voted on. Because let me tell you what they're going to do a week from tomorrow. A week from tomorrow. I know, Janet. I know. And that's the county council. I'm talking about the city council. We're already screwed on the city council. And let me tell you, a week from tomorrow, the controller, who we already know will lie, who we already know does things outside of ordinance, who we already know does things that is way outside of what our comfort level is, he will walk up to the podium and he will say, we've got a budget. The budget's 2324, ordinance 2324, and our overall budget is da-da-da-da-da, 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 and that's it. And he will want them to vote to introduce it. And then they want them to vote on it on October 7th. They don't want them to hold meetings or whatever. Now, Nora will hold meetings and go through it line by line. But she'll have it. They'll hold it. It won't be in your hands. It won't be on our screen. Now, I'll fight for it, but it's just the delay it takes to get it. What I'm telling you, folks, is this is the crap. This is why it matters what I do. And this is when Troy Tackett runs his mouth and tells people, oh, he doesn't, you can run your gums and bump your gums and say things, but when you don't actually have fact and bring this stuff out, let me tell you something. I'll give Troy $50 if he can tell me something that I have been wrong about Dan on, that I didn't at some point come back and say, oh, hey, I was wrong on this. I didn't clarify it, or something that I put forward that then nothing came out about, whatever. Anything that I've ever said about Dan, I have been right about. If something turned out to not be right, I would then say, well, something, I would eat it. I would eat the crow when I deserve to. But I have never made a claim against Dan that wasn't right. They don't like that I don't burn my sources, because what they want to know is who's leaking the information so they can stop the leaks so people don't hear the problems. That's what they want. Everything that I've said has been accurate. I've shown you proof of things. I don't just talk just to talk. You don't have to like me. But there are plenty of things that I do that serve a purpose for the greater good. And I'm telling you, this is the best example, because what's going to happen here is there is going to be a budget that is passed, and I'm going to have to fight it really hard from this point. It's going to be a big battle between now and November 1st, trying to get the actual budget. They're going to fight me every way on it. Because I believe I'm stupid. I'm crazy. I'm extreme. I'm a whacked out conservative freak. Right extremist. I believe that the citizens, the taxpayers of a community, deserve to know every dime that's going into their government, where it's going, what it's going for, who's voting for it, why. You might not like it, but at least you know about it. It makes me so mad. This makes me so mad. So they didn't give me the full budget. It's playing games. I knew this. This was the single greatest thing that I dreaded the night that I heard. No, because Jeff ran for mayor, so I knew he wouldn't be on the council. When I found out that Troy could not run because of that bullshit, I knew that he was beat. This was the single thing that I dreaded more than anything. Because I knew that there would be things like this, that no matter how many people I have telling me stuff, we will pass a budget that we will not fully be able to go over. There will be a budget that is passed, and we won't know, and we won't have at least a chance to have looked through every number. And that should really piss people off. That should really, really piss people off. And that's why it's important to understand that elections have consequences. Elections are important. And for the people who say, oh, yeah, no, it's all the same. Well, let me tell you. Anarchy sounds wonderful. And when you tell me how we can do it and that no one's going to be in charge, sign me up. But until we can get there, I got to put some of my people in play if we want to have any chance at all. Because if we don't, we are definitely going to be screwed. And this is going to be an example of what happens when we don't have our people in play. So that's the budget. We will be spending time over the next several weeks and next month, 2 months, trying to figure out how we can get as much information of it as possible for you guys, for the people out there. For the people, there are people don't even know that I'm talking about this. There are people that don't even care about it. But one day, something might happen. They might get screwed over. Something might happen. And they might go and they might need to find it. And then they can always come back and look. But not this year. Because we have bullshit. We have people that want to obfuscate and hide. That's so gross. All right. Hey, in ending, I have one last thing I want to say. We are getting ready any minute. I would say sometime this week. Sometime this week, we will have records, I believe, from a record request. And I have a sneaking suspicion that something crazy is going to be in them. And if what I think is there, if there's even a percentage of what I think that's in these, you guys are going to lose your mind. We won't have any say in it. Yeah. It is wrong. It is wrong, Janet. So, all right. Well, that's it for tonight. You guys have a good Labor Day tomorrow. Have a good day. I'm going to be looking through some things and putting some stuff together. We've got a good week of shows put together for you. You're not going to want to miss a single night. If you have to miss a night, be sure to catch it the next day or whenever you can, because every episode this week is going to be good. We've got a lot going on at the state level. We've got a lot going on. We've got a lot going on at the local level in various local communities. We've got a lot going on at the national. Of course, we are heating up. And that means, of course, with 65 days left, we're going to be talking about national politics periodically as it comes, as we need to. So buckle up and understand, you don't have to like or agree with everything I say. I don't have to like or agree everything that you say, but we can get through it. We're adults. That's the whole point. And, you know, it is what it is. So, that's that. You guys, hey, if you could do us a favor, click the like on your way out. If you haven't hit the bell, hit the like, hit the thumb. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I would very greatly appreciate it. Kate would greatly appreciate it. That would help us out. It doesn't do very much for you. I understand that, because we're here every night. It's not like you get anything special for it. It is what it is, but it's a way to help us out. And that's a way to help continue to grow our channel and grow our reach. So that's a big thing for us. Our thoughts and prayers go out, obviously, to Alva, and we will continue to keep him in our thoughts and prayers as he's getting ready to go into surgery. It sounds like this week or next, and we will be there with him in his recovery. You know, there won't be any pain or crazy recovery, because we're the pain. It'll be my voice drowning out that pain and causing you all the pain you need. So our thoughts with him, and the rest of you have a great night. Have a great holiday tomorrow. Eat some hamburgers, eat some hot dogs, do all that crap. Think of the working man and working woman, whatever. Whatever you do, don't think about any nasty, dirty, crummy politicians. Remember, politicians aren't people. That is, don't think about them until 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Hey, wait a minute, because that's when we'll be on. Is tonight when we kick over to daylight savings time? next weekend or October or something. Daylight saving time's coming up. God, that's horrible. I hate even thinking about that. But this one is the good one because we gain an hour. So I guess that's a plus. All right, you guys take care. God bless. Have a good night. And we will see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye. You know,